Now, look, let's talk about Keir Starmer's pledge to recognise Palestine, of course, basically rewarding Hamas. But it could actually be breaking the law, according to some of Britain's most prominent lawyers. 40 members of the House of Lords say it would not meet the criteria for recognition as set out under a 1933 treaty. Darren, so it might be illegal as well as immoral.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if this is a cultural shift, of the UK government actually making clear that Britain stands side by side with Hamas, I'm not sure I want to be part of it. I don't know about millions of other Brits, but you nailed it there. This pledge, it isn't just to recognise Palestine. It isn't just immoral. We've got top lawyers in this country actually saying, look, you cannot do this. And that this is a legal brain that actually come up with the Rwanda scheme that was supposed to enable us to send and process migrant applications offshore. So ultimately, I think what we're doing here, and I was in Israel a month before October 7th, right? And I cannot imagine the horror and the post-traumatic stress disorder that nation still is going through to this day. Still, there are hostages in Gaza who are not free, not released by those terrorists. So morally, it's an absolute disgrace, because I can't imagine, Danica, were Scotland to suddenly adopt its own Hamas, that actually, if they came into the United Kingdom, kidnapped hundreds, killed 1,200 people, that Sir Keir Starmer and the UK Prime Minister would be patting themselves on the back to acknowledge this rogue state that had been created under the banner of an evil Islamist death cult. I find the whole thing, frankly, sickening, and we in this country ought to be a shining example of better. We are pandering to the worst excesses of, I think, the new culture that is pervasive within the United Kingdom.
And you know what I found extraordinary, Darren, when Keir Starmer made his announcement that he would, he threatened to recognise a Palestinian state later this year. He said, well, it's about working towards a two-state solution. Well, Hamas doesn't want a two-state solution. And this is what I think the world leaders don't understand when they're making these pledges, Darren, is that Hamas doesn't want peace.
Absolutely right. Standing up at the United Nations, making yourself look nice around the dining tables of all these globalist leaders, whilst waffling on, as you say, about a two-state solution. It's just him grovelling to Hamas and, frankly, I'll be honest here, to pro-Hamas sympathising MPs within his own party, while actually betraying one of our closest allies. It's both illegal, it's both immoral, and if this is Starmer's foreign policy, summing itself up, really, then we need to actually bin this government. We need to stand with democracies, not terrorists. And actually, I think the fact that we're having to say that, Danica, tells you everything we need to know about the state of the United Kingdom today.
Yeah, and the state of the West. I mean, our Prime Minister's exactly the same as yours over there, Darren.